We have a lot on the agenda for today. So we'll get through it. And I'm excited to show you the book cover. So I think we're going to do that probably right near the beginning here. We'll show you the new book cover that's coming out. We're going to talk about the launch plan a little bit. And if you feel like you want to support this launch, we're going to have an opportunity for you to do that. Also going to do some Q&A. So some people have been sending their questions into the team. So I have some questions that I'm going to answer. There's questions that are general in nature around the material, around manifestation, around personal questions, scenarios, things like that. So I'll do those. And then we got some questions in about our courses, our programs, enrollment. And so I will put those questions more near to towards the end when we talk about Diamond Academy, our coaching and mentorship, and how you can continue on this journey with us. So I would love to know, first of all, though, and a guided visualization we're going to do at the end. I would love to know, though, for everybody that is on, or if you are watching the replay, can you please comment below? If you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to comment below, so let us know. I would love to know how many of you did the homework. So how many of you decided that you were going to embody the version of yourself on your mind map? So, yes, Sarah, I love it. I love that you guys are all together. So who's there? Sarah, Adele, Janet, Jenna, and then there's one more there I can't see in the back. You'll have to tell me who that is. Who that is in the back. I can't see. You're so teeny tiny on my screen, you guys. Oh, Catherine, it's Catherine. Yay! I love that you guys are all together. That's so beautiful. Every single one of them is in the Millionaire Program. And they have built these connections. They were strangers before they enrolled in the program. So I love that they're so close now and so tight. And they're here doing Ascension with us. That's amazing. So why don't you guys let me know in the chat box here, what was the thing that you did to embody the next level version of yourself? Let me know. And the reason why this is important too is because you can see what other people are doing in the chat, which then helps you to gain clarity about what you essentially could have done or could do in the future, that kind of stuff. So made my to-do list and took some action. Fantastic. Somebody did a story. They went live on their stories and tagged me in it. And I know that was uncomfortable for them. So congratulations for the person that did that. Let me know. What was really, really cool was I asked you guys to do this, but I did it myself. I did it myself on Friday, or Thursday. I went to a gala and introduced myself to people and went and chatted. I just walked my little butt right up to Jamie Kern-Lima and was like, hey, I'm Kathleen. So nice to meet you. And chatted her up. And then, we ended up chatting later on. And so I went as a different version of myself than I really believed I was before. So it's really, really powerful. Oh, I'm the host now. Okay. I got it. Casey lost her connection completely. So we should be good. I run Zooms on a regular. So, and isn't it interesting how it has me stepping up into a version of myself that runs the Zooms? Okay. Interesting. Oh my God. We have some chaotic energy this morning, do we? What's happening? Okay, I love all these things that you guys are doing. And I really wanted you to see how simple it can be to identify a part of you that maybe you don't see in yourself right now, and then to take action towards it. So it doesn't have to be this, I'm becoming, I'm nurturing. It can be this, how do I behave as this version of me? And then every single day taking an action towards that to solidify it in the physical 3D form. I've walked and loved being in nature with myself. So Robin, you walked and loved being by yourself in nature. So before you did the exercise, is that something that you would not have done? Is walked and been in nature alone? Was that different? If it was, then yes, that's great. If it's something that you would have done before, I would go a bit further. Yes, and Sarah Eby and Mandy McLaughlin both decided that they were going to go to a networking event on their own and step into the next level versions of themselves, and they ran into each other there. Isn't that so nice? I thought that was so beautiful. Sarah sent me a picture of her and Mandy, and I thought that was fantastic. Okay, Casey is back. Do we want to see the book cover? We ready? Okay. So I want to give a little bit of background before you put it up there, Casey. So my last book is called Becoming the One. And it's the story of my quantum leap, my first year in quantum leap. And what was really, really fun and exciting about that was that I sat down and I wrote this book in 5 weeks. It just came out of me. It poured out of me. I just typed it and I wrote. And it was really, really simple and easy and fun and light. And then we launched the book. I asked Bob Proctor to write the foreword. Of course, he was like, yes. And then I sent him the cover of the book and the draft of the book. And he read the book, saw the cover, and he called me and he said, Kathleen, I have good news and I have bad news. I said, tell me. He goes, I effing love your book, but I hate the cover. And I was like, oh no, yay, but oh no. You know, it's kind of like, oh no. And he said, the cover is just not right. It was a picture of me in front of a doorway, said Becoming the One on it. He said, it's just not right. I don't know what it is. It's just not right. So he had his graphic designer, Patty, redo the cover. And so the cover that you see of Becoming the One that's in the bookstores and everything is that was created by Bob Proctor and his team. And so it's beautiful and it matched me and it got my essence with the beautiful flowers and things like that on it. But as we were doing this next book, I really, really wanted to, there is something about physically seeing the author of the book and physically being able to have a vision of their aura. And when people see me, they see my face, they see my smile, they see my aura, they see my authenticity, they see how genuine I am. And I really believe that my smile and the way that I show up shows me. And so I really feel that this book, especially when we're talking about becoming the best of yourself, I wanted to have a picture of me being the best of myself on the cover. And the company that I've hired to help me launch this book was like, absolutely, you've got to be on that cover. Like, no doubt about it, we're putting you on the cover. And I was like, okay, that was my thought too. And it doesn't come from a place of ego. It comes from true spirit and wanting to show myself. And I think maybe what Bob saw with the last cover was a little bit more ego, because it was a version of myself that I'm not anymore. And doing things more for the recognition or more for the pat on the back or things like that. And I don't do that anymore. I do things for the impact that I make, less about me needing to feel worthy and stuff. So I think that's what he felt. So this cover, I really wanted to show what I think is kind of the real me. And it's so funny because the picture that is on the cover was taken a while ago now. And I'm even more different. So it's interesting, but it is a perfect representation. And the name, The Best of Yourself, means a lot to me. And it means a lot to me because it really is the best language to define a personal growth and development journey. And, you know, I saw a TikTok the other day and it was this woman who was like, you know what? Everybody's trying to be a better version of themselves. And I'm loving who I am right now. And I think I'm amazing and I don't need to change a thing. And then she went on to talk about, you know what? I cry every day. And you know what? I get pissed off every single day by people. And I think life is hard and I'm okay with that. And then she started to go on about all the ways in which she was okay with the life she has because there's not much better out there. And what I heard in her was this feeling that there's nothing better, so why even try? And it was kind of hidden behind this idea of, I'm okay with who I am. I love myself so much. And I just thought to myself, if you really knew that there was a life that you could live where happiness is the dominant feeling, where calmness is the priority, where peace of mind is available, where gratitude is where you go to easily without having to look for it, but you just naturally go there. And, if only she knew that there was higher levels of love to be experienced, where she's not pissed off every day and all those things. And so it just came from a lack of awareness of what's possible and available. And so I, of course, have compassion, but I really want to send her a copy of my book so that I can just be like, but what if you could be happier? What if you could be calmer and more joyful and more free? And what if you could be financially abundant and those things? And so this is where I hope this book will help people to see that there is more available to them if they choose to let go of some of the limits that they're holding on to. So when we stop thinking through our limitations, we can elevate and become so much more powerful and connected, and make our experience here on this life a better one while we're here. Isn't that what we're all here for? So the best of yourself is about that. It's not about ego. It's about spirit. It's about your oneness, and it's about being a vessel, or what did that woman say the other day? A distribution channel for God's work, and being open to receive that. And so let's show you guys the cover. I don't think we have the back, but we have the cover we can show you, Casey. Whenever you're ready. We don't have our sound effects today because of our connection issues. There we go. Beautiful. I love it. Yay. Yeah. So how to manifest your best damn life through you. That's the tagline we decided to go with. I wanted to really, really show that the best of yourself and how you create your best life is through personal growth and development, through who you are, through elevating in your consciousness. And of course, I had to have my little Coco Chanel bracelet showing in there. The best of you is an abundant and prosperous you, not a struggling you. Yeah, such a pretty picture, right? Yeah. So what we are going to do is we are going to pre-launch the book in 2 weeks. So it will be available for pre-order. So what that means is you'll be able to go on and you'll be able to order it. And then in September, I think September 12th or 13th is when the book officially comes out. So once the book officially comes out in September, then it will ship directly to you as soon as it's launched. So you won't get it. If you pre-order it, you won't get it right away, but you will get it as soon as it launches in September. What we really would absolutely love is your help in launching the pre-order and the launch of the book in September. The most important is going to be the launch in 2 weeks. That's going to be the most powerful. We really, really want to help spread the word about this book in 2 weeks. So you're going to get emails and you're going to see stuff on my social media probably in a week from now, where we're going to be asking for people to support us. But we figured while we have you guys on here live, that you can sign up to do that now if you want. So Casey is going to launch a link for you to sign up to become a Best of Yourself ambassador. And so what that means as a Best of Yourself ambassador is that you will be part of our launch team in helping me to launch this book. So we're going to have a different Facebook group where we're going to put you all into. We're going to have some graphics, some fun things. We're going to have some prizes and things like that as well. So, for those of you that are a little competitive in nature, we're going to have some prizes that are available, some special gifts. And so you guys will work really closely with me to help me launch this book in 2 weeks. And so if you fill out that form, you'll be signing up as an ambassador, and then we will specifically message you about the launch. So we'll add you to a Facebook group, we'll give you all the information. And then if you have ideas of things that you think we could do or suggest or things like that, we're totally open to that too. So you'll become a part of our little family during the launch of this book. So I appreciate you guys and all the support. You just finished reading the first one, Steph. Good, 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 good. That's perfect. Now you're going to read the second one. And the second one is much longer. It's like 200 and something pages. It's significantly deeper. And then we go into a lot of personal stories. So this book will also talk about, my surgery, my separation, some things that have happened over the past couple of years that I've learned so much about. It's got 17 chapters, this book. 17 chapters, really, really good. And there's journal prompts at the end of every chapter, some quotes throughout. It's beautiful. So lots of really, really good stuff. I had a good little chat with Jamie Kern-Lima about the pre-launch, because she's pre-launched hers right now. It's so interesting. I didn't even realize her book doesn't come out till February, and she's pre-launching it now. Like, you can pre-order it now. I thought, wow. Yes, thank you so much, Shannon. Oh, Shannon's on. Okay, so Shannon Willis is on, and she was the photographer that took the picture that's on the cover. I didn't know you'd be on, girl. Doesn't it look so good? Like, your photo looks so good on the cover. And I saw somebody said that it looks like the cover of a magazine. That's kind of like my style. Like, that's really what I've been trying to get across with a lot of our graphics and stuff is, the magazine cover, the magazines. I love that. I want things to look like it comes straight out of a magazine. And isn't it interesting that I get invited to a gala that's a LA style magazine gala, luxury, not by accident. Well done, Shannon. You know what I said to Shannon too when I met her? I said, okay, girl, we'll get ready because one of your photos will be on the cover of Forbes. Right? Now you got to have some confidence to say something like that, right? I'm dreaming big over here, you guys. Like, it does not hurt to dream. It really does not. And from where I'm sitting, I'm looking, I'm going, man, everything I asked for literally comes. So, like, why am I not asking for more? Why am I not asking for different things? It's really powerful. Casey, it's asking for a password. Huh. I don't know. Reach out to your member of your team if you're having a problem with that first promoter thing. We'll help you. We will help you. Okay, let's move on to some Q&A. I would love to do some Q&A for a little bit. Kathleen, I've been asking the same thing. Stephanie, right? So let's ask for more. Literally, let's do it. Like, we don't need to wait around. Yeah, we don't need to wait around. We can ask for more right now in this moment. What would we love? What would we absolutely love? Yeah. There's so many times people come into my energy and when they find me, they have this feeling of like, I'm meant for more. I'm supposed to be doing more. I've always felt that way. I'm supposed to help more people. I'm supposed to have an extraordinary life. And they just can't see the path from now to there. And it's like, how am I going to get there? And even sometimes they say, I'd love to be in your energy and I'd love to stay and I'd love to work with you, Kathleen. I'd love to have Diamond Academy mentor me along my journey, but I just can't. I can't right now. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. My spouse won't support me. Whatever the reason at that moment is. And what's so interesting is, like, I asked the question, well, why not? Like, why do you not see that for you? Why do you not see that possibility available? And so I always ask the question, but what if it was available? What if it was possible? What if you are a person who does? What if you do have enough money? And what if you do have your spouse's support, not permission, support? What if you do have the time? What if you do have the resources? What if you do have the confidence to invest in you? And what ends up happening is many times, we have people who are like, I am all in, let's go. And they make the decision and they'll join us right away. We have other people, it takes them a few days and then they realize, you know what, I am worthy, I am good enough of this investment and I'm going to do it. And then there's other people who are, you know what, in this moment, I can't see it, but I'm willing to believe it's possible. And so one of the things that we see so often that I love is people will put me on their vision board, or they'll put Diamond Academy on their vision board. I don't know if Chantel Spranger is on here. She actually put a picture of the millionaire logo with a paid stamp on it and put that on her vision board, saying, one day I'll be in the millionaire program, and put it right up on her vision board. And man, she's moved into another program with us. And now she's manifesting coming to the retreat in October. And so That's how we ask, but to say, can't do it, not in the cards, not for me, and move on, you're not asking. You're actually saying no. You're making a decision no. It does not ask for a password. It asks you to create a password for yourself. Okay, it asks you to create a password for yourself. Okay, so I am going to answer some of these questions. Cassie Spencer, I love this question. What tips do you have for believing that I'm worthy of my desires/dreams? I would actually go back and ask the question, why do I believe I'm not worthy? Okay, because I want you to understand that worthiness is our natural state. So think about when we are babies, when we're toddlers. Are we born going, geez, I hope I'm good enough today? Geez, I hope I learn how to walk fast enough for my parents so that they're proud of me. I hope I potty train at the right age. No, there's none of that. That is learned, right? Think about a baby learning to walk, okay? That little, tiny little human just tries and tries and tries until it happens. Just keeps falling down and just keeps trying. And, some of them will fall and cry for a while and then not try again for a few months. That was me. But some will just fall and get right back up again. And some are brave and bold and, but the outcome is always walking, because there is this feeling of, yeah, everybody else is up walking, so I'm going to walk. But this whole thing that us as adults have learned to well, I'm not sure that I'm going to be good enough at this, so I'm not going to take the first step. I'm just going to sit around and watch everybody else do it. Where did this come from? Where did this tentative, scared thing come from? It was learned, this unworthiness. So I would go back and ask yourself, why do I not believe I'm worthy? Where did that come from? Why would I think that? So many people want to try to go and catch worthiness from somewhere else. Tell me I'm worthy. Tell me I'm good enough. Show me, world. Show me, man, that I'm worthy of your attention. I think about women in the dating world. Show me that you like me. Show me that you love me. In the business world, it's show me I'm good enough. Give me the recognition. Give me the accolades. Give me the money. We want to be shown our worthiness. When our worthiness, that sense of worthiness, is already deep within us, it is our natural state. That's the easiest way to go get it. That's who you really are. Do you believe that we were all created from the same source? Would we all agree? There's not different sources creating different people. So it's not like you came from over there and you from over there. We're all from the same source, and that source is actually coursing through us. That's the energy, that's the life force that courses through us. That's our oneness with God. And so all of us were created in the same way. So we're all essentially worthy of a really great life. It's our beliefs that we aren't that limit us. You do not have what you desire right now because your lack of belief that it's already done. Lack of belief that it's possible for you or that you're worthy enough for it. So you are worthy. You've just been fooled into believing that you aren't. That feels so much lighter. Instead of trying to convince yourself you're worthy, realize that you are. Enough's enough. Great question, Cassie. Love it. Andrea, can you help someone else manifest outcomes? So, this program that we are doing right now is called Ascension. And Ascension for you, for your consciousness, for your life, for your business. We've gotten a few questions come in. This is probably the third one that we've had come in where somebody else is asking a question for someone else. And I want to ask you why you're thinking about others and not yourself. Why are you coming on here and wanting to learn how to manifest for somebody else? Why are you coming on here wanting to ask a question about somebody else's energy or somebody else's experience in life? Why are you not going within and asking about you? Is it that you avoid the personal growth and development work for you? Is it that you don't think that you have work to do? Is it that you are perhaps avoiding it? Is it perhaps that you've got it all figured out already? What is it? I could not help any of you on here if I didn't ask the questions for me first. I really couldn't. I will answer that question though, but I just want to highlight why it's important to just recognize why you're asking for others and not for you. Can you manifest an outcome for someone else? There is something called free will that each and every one of us has. We all have the free will to do, be, and have anything that we want. So I am a very powerful manifester. That is a belief that I hold in my subconscious, that I am a very powerful manifester. Some people will hear me say that and they'll be like, yes, you are, Kathleen. You're so powerful. There's something special about you. You're magic. And they miss the whole point. I'm not magic. I don't have special abilities. I don't have anything you don't have. I just believe I can. So just believe you're a very powerful manifester. I started calling myself Manifestation Queen before I manifested anything. I convinced myself that I was this powerful, and this is when the power came. So I believe I'm a very powerful manifester. Yes, and I do believe that I can help people manifest things. I really do. But free will is very important to take into consideration. So there was a time, probably about a year ago now, where I had I had three one-on-one coaching clients. And I thought, you know what? I would love for them to all quantum leap. You know what? I would love this. So I started journaling and I was like, here we go. All of my VIP one-on-one clients are all quantum leaping. Their businesses are doubling. They're doing so amazing. I started visualizing it. I was like, here we go. And boom, next thing you know, they start knocking it out just like this. And I was like, wow, I'm powerful. And I told them all, you know what I did? I manifested this for you guys. And they were like, yeah. And then that just motivated them more. And they all just started really just leaping forward. But we had a common goal. They all wanted that. They all saw that for themselves. They all were doing the personal growth and development work to step into that version of themselves. So of course, we were in energetic alignment, came together, magic happened. But if I'm over here trying to manifest happiness for my negative boyfriend, who's not willing to read one personal growth and development book to try to become positive, he has free will. I cannot work with that. He doesn't want it. He doesn't care. So I'm not going to waste my energy trying to convince someone to change. I can hold the image of him wanting to change. And yes, I believe I will eventually see that man change. But we have to understand the free will of others. You can't have somebody want something that they don't want. So do they really want it, or do you want it for them? And if you want something for somebody so bad and they don't want it for themselves, what's going on there? Are you out of alignment and you're trying to get back into realignment by changing them? Just something to think about. I'm always going to be honest with you guys. And it might not be easy to hear, but I'll always be honest. Okay. Um, let me see. Let me see. There was a question that came in here. I call myself a master manifester, Karen Connolly. Fantastic. So then what's going to be your outcome? Mora, please talk about your morning coffee in the kitchen. It was and is so helpful to me. Okay, so what's really, really powerful is one of the things that Bob taught me was to use my imagination and to live in the imagination more than to live according to the observable world in the 3D. What we see right now, the reality that we live in this moment, is our 3D physical world. We observe it through our five senses, but it is in behind the manifestation, because to manifest means to prove, to make plain, to make aware, to make visible. And so what we mean by that is we're going to imagine something and we're going to bring it into the physical form. So I imagined myself in a new house. I ended up living in the new house. So Bob says to me, I said, Bob, I'm visualizing myself in this new house, but then I kind of come out of my imagination and then I see the small house I'm in and the clutter, and my office is a dining room and, things like that. And he's like, you're just not in your imagination enough. So when you wake up in the morning, have your morning coffee in the new kitchen. Have your coffee sitting out on the back deck looking at the ocean, even though you live in Canada where there's no ocean around you, So that's the key, is to live in your imagination. So you can imagine this person changing in your life, the question that was just asked, and hold the image of it, but don't be attached to it. Don't need it. Don't need them to change. Remember, we don't want to be in the need energy. Okay, I want to answer this question from Stephanie. Kathleen, in your first book, you said something that you had written down then that you wanted your team to act like that, and you had celebrated their accomplishments. What did you do within the 2 weeks you were writing down what you wanted in your team? So this is really fun. So I really wanted to see my team achieve their goals. And so I thought to myself, what's the best way to do that? Is to create an image or a vision in the end result of how I wanted my team to be and how we would celebrate and what the outcomes would be and all that kind of stuff. And so I wanted to take them on a private jet to Vegas, and I wanted to do a little team meeting in Las Vegas and celebrate them and all these kinds of things. So in order for us to do that, it meant that a certain level of accomplishment or achievement would happen. So each of them would have to reach certain goals. And so I started to visualize that. What would that mean? What would the beliefs be that I would have? How would my team be showing up? In what way? What would it be like for them to celebrate? And I started to visualize myself taking my team on a private jet to Vegas. And then I just saw my team that way. So I wouldn't be like, oh, my team's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, my team's not showing up. Oh, my team this, my team that. No, I saw them the way in which I desired them to be for those 2 weeks. And then I just allowed that to come into the physical form. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't watching for it. It wasn't like, oh, is it happening? I don't know yet. I allowed it to come into fruition. Okay, there's a question that came in here that I want to, it's in my inbox here. Sorry. It was one that was sent in. I don't want to miss it. Sorry, Sarah, I'm just trying to find it. Kathleen, this is probably such a basic question. Is that loving, kind, compassionate towards yourself? This is probably such a basic question. No, your question is valid. It is worthy. It is good. It is amazing, and it needs to be asked. So take the preface out. This is a great question, Kathleen. I would say that next time. Kathleen, I have a great question to ask you. Feel the energy there? Totally different. I'm noticing that I am in a financial scarcity mindset. I am working to shift this into I want rather than I need. But how do I know anything more than scarcity is actually possible? I'm having a hard time trusting that better exists for me. Do you have advice for how we shift our belief when the past has consistently shown us scarcity as the only reality? Ooh, This is not a basic question. This is so beautiful. So many things wrapped into this question. But what's really beautiful about this question is that, I think it's Rebecca, you are aware. And do you know how good it is to be aware? Because there are people that are in a scarcity mindset that aren't even aware of it. They're just like, oh, I can't make any more money. More money's not even available to me. Nope. They don't even think about it. They don't even care. They don't even try. So the lack of awareness is keeping them in what Bob would call bondage, or in your own personal jail. So the fact that you're aware of this and you see this, incredible. How do you know that anything more than scarcity is actually possible? How do you move out of scarcity and into abundance? How do you move out of need into want? Perspective is everything. Okay, so two of our higher intellectual faculties, perspective and perception. So perception is how you perceive a situation. Perspective is the viewpoint with which you see it from. So that's different. So somebody with no money will look at a situation from a different perspective than someone with a lot of money. Two different perspectives of one similar situation. So the cost of a Louis Vuitton bag, for example, somebody that has no money will say that's expensive. Somebody that's a billionaire will say, oh, that's cheap. Same bag, same price, two different perspectives. So your perspective is coming from lack and limitation and coming from scarcity. So what we can actually do is shift your perspective. So those of us that live in Western culture, that live here, Canada, US, Europe, where else are we from? Australia, anywhere else, let me know in the chat. We have things that there are people in parts of this world that would believe that we are rich, we are wealthy, we are abundant, we are prosperous, right? Sweden, thank you, Elizabeth. So their perspective from where they sit, we are not in scarcity. We are in abundance. There are people, many people that actually don't have any money at all. Currency is actually not even something that they have at all. They don't even have money. It's not even part of their life. They wouldn't even know. There are people that don't have enough money to go and buy a coffee every day. They can't afford a car. They don't have a job. They don't even have homes. They don't even have toilet seats. They don't have doors on their house. So whenever I feel like I'm limited or lacking or I don't have enough, I change my perspective. I change where I'm seeing my life from. And that immediately makes you realize that you don't have it that bad. And it makes you realize that you really don't need more. You have everything you need. If you can be on here right now on Zoom listening to me, you have far more than a lot of people have. This is abundance and prosperity right here. Do you have a car? Do you have a house? Do you have money to buy yourself food every single day? Can you go out for dinner? Can you buy a journal and a book? Can you order things off of Amazon to you? Can your kids play sports? I'm shifting you out of scarcity because it's not scarce. You have everything you need. How do I know that you don't have everything that you need? Because you wouldn't be on here. You wouldn't. So perspective is everything. Now let's flip it the other way. There's a lot of people in this world that have more money than they even know what to do with. Okay, so other human beings, other people that have the same exact physical body as you, the same intellectual mind, have more money than they know what to do with. Billionaires, multimillionaires. Last year in the US alone, there was like 500 new millionaires in the US alone. 500 million new millionaires. Something crazy. It was like an insane number. So why do you think that you can't be amongst that? So is this a supply issue? Is there not enough money to go around? Is that what's happening? Yeah, there's just not enough money, guys. That's why I'm not getting it. The billionaires took it all. Is that what's happening here? No. It's a consciousness issue. We perpetuate what we are born into. So most people are born into a poverty consciousness. And any rags to riches story that you hear is somebody that went from a poverty consciousness to a wealth consciousness. Now, I don't think my consciousness 3.5 years ago, I wouldn't say it was poverty. When I think poverty, I think you don't have enough money for your basic needs. But I can definitely say that it was limited, and it was more scarce, like limitation consciousness. But when I started moving into a wealth consciousness, to abundance and prosperity consciousness, that's when everything started to change. So this is what we're talking about. Everything I'm talking about with you right now is about changing the consciousness that you hold to bring more into your life. So when you say, this is another really, really great assumption. Do you have advice for how we shift our belief when the past has consistently shown us that scarcity is the only reality? So here's the other thing, is that most people are living according to the past. So most people observe what's happened to them in their life, the experiences that they've had, and they say, okay, that's real, that's truth, that's the way that it is. And then they think from that. But people who really manifest, and people that understand manifestation, they create new from the imagination instead. So I didn't know this story, and Andrew, what's his last name? Andrew Graham. So Andrew Graham is the director and owner of the Think and Grow Rich Legacy movie series. And so he's the one that directed and produced Mums Rising, the Think and Grow Rich movie that's coming out, that he interviewed me for. And he told me the story about Thomas Edison, and how when Thomas Edison was a little boy, the school wrote his parents a letter saying that he was like dumb, like he couldn't learn, he wasn't going to make himself of anything, he couldn't even be in the school system, like they labeled him and that was it. And so his father took that letter, rewrote it, and said, this is what the school said. And he said, you know what they said? You're a genius. You're a genius. And I'm probably messing it up because Andrew just gave it to me real quick, and I've never heard this before. And so what did Thomas Edison do? He acted on that assumption that he's a genius. And so what did he do? He basically invented everything. Like, he created light. And it wasn't until they pulled out they found this old letter years and years and years and years and years and years later, that he actually found the letter that said that he couldn't go to school because he wasn't smart enough. And his father told him the opposite. So the power of suggestion is huge. Huge. So what are you suggesting to yourself? What are you allowing others to suggest to you? So I do not believe that the past dictates the future. I don't believe it. You can't convince me of that. That's crap. I believe I create from the imagination. So this is why I think something and I can bring it into the physical form. because I just believe in it. I'm like, yeah, of course. Of course, I've never done a red carpet before, but of course I can do that. That would be fun. Instead of, well, I've never been to a red carpet before, and I've never known another nurse from Canada to go walk a red carpet, so that seems unrealistic, right? So a question came in, or a comment came in. I was talking about elevating into a different level version of you to really, really um, become something that you've never become before. And I was talking about the idea that, like, if you work in a job with a set salary, that you're going to have to start seeing yourself in a different way to see what's possible and available to you. Because if you only see yourself working a job with a set salary or an hourly wage, you're limiting yourself. And somebody sent in a comment saying, "Oh man, like that kind of messed me up, because like it's not possible for me to make more money because I'm in a salary or a set job." But you're not seeing what I said. You've got to see yourself outside of the box that you're in. See what's different and possible. So as a registered nurse, I could have became a multimillionaire as a registered nurse, but not working for the hospital I was working for with the hourly wage that I was on. Opening my own hospital, opening my own clinic, creating my own nursing support business. So do you see the difference between a woman who sees herself working for somebody else, for a hospital, as a nurse, as part of the staff, and a woman who sees herself as a CEO of a company, who starts her own business? That's two versions of Kathleen right here. The old me and the new me. It's powerful the way you see yourself. I want to read this quote really quick that Kelly posted. This is Albert Einstein. "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." Yes, I enjoyed that. And that kind of reminds me, Kelly, of the quote that Devon Franklin said about, just because you haven't been given the opportunity doesn't mean you don't have the identity. Create the identity. Yeah, really, really good questions. Okay, there's one other question that came in that I want to answer. Um, where did you guys send that to me? Uh, okay, this question, somebody is asking a question for their fiance. And I think if the fiance wants the answer, he'll ask it, or he'll come on Ascension. So, is this question about the fiance, or is this question about you? He's there. He's here. Is he asking the question, Sylvia? Okay, then I'm going to answer it. Okay? Okay. My fiance is a person who always attempts to take on things, give everything a go, and expects he will do them easily and they will turn out well. As a result, he tends to have a lot on his plate and has little time to enjoy life. However, he repeatedly encounters things getting complicated, taking much longer than they are supposed to, and some things don't actually work out, like a work proposal is unsuccessful, etc. I think he is trying to do too much at the same time, like literally setting himself up to fail. However, he feels he needs to give things a go just in case. If he doesn't, he is left hanging, feeling he might be missing out on something. How can he apply the universal laws to help him? So, to apply the universal laws do not say you can take on too much and get overburdened or work too hard or whatever else. Okay, so universal laws isn't saying that you're choosing the wrong thing or you're taking on too much or you're overworking or whatever else. Universal law says that everything is a direct reflection. Okay, so what does that mean then? So the desire is to try new things. The desire is to start the new projects, to expect them to go well or hope they go well, etc. But what you see happen is the reflection of the consciousness every single time. So when things are complicated, they're taking longer than they're supposed to. Um, that things don't actually work out. That's a reflection of his consciousness. So what in you is expecting things to be complicated? What in you is fearful that they're not going to work? What in you is hopeful instead of expecting? If you 100% believe in every single thing that you launch, you 100% expect that it's going to work out. If you 100% believe that it's going to be easy, then that is what will reflect. So it's reflecting whatever's going on. So ask yourself, how can I allow this to be easier and simpler? How can I expect the results that I want more? How can I be a vibrational match to everything always working out for me? I wouldn't say we're taking on too much. That belief then says that you can't trust all your intuitive nudges. Right? If it's possible to take on too much, then you're going to go, oh, this is too much. This is too much. I can't listen. So I want you to feel aligned. Intuitive hits are very, very powerful. But I also don't want you to do every single thing just because you think you should. I don't do everything. I do what's in alignment with me. I do what I believe in. I do what I expect is going to work. I am never going to launch something if I'm not 100% sure that it's going to launch well. So it's just a reflection. So maybe launch the things that you're the most passionate about. Okay, let's do an interview. This is going to be a good one. This is a good one. And I'm doing it today. Is Judy here? Look at you showing up. Look at this. She looks so good. Okay, can we hear you? Try to talk.
There. Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
You look amazing.
Well, I just want to have a shout out because just so you know, you are the new host of Good Morning America because Maura said I should be on Good Morning America. So here we are on Good Morning America. You, the host, and me, the fucking legend.
I love that mug.
I got it when I retired from the power company, and it's my favorite mug.
I think that mug is brilliant. Can you imagine like drinking out of that every single day? Look at me. I'm
Right?
an effing legend.
I'm a fucking
Yes. Well, and I would have to say, Judy, you really are. Like you, anyways. Okay. So welcome to Good Morning America, everyone. I'm the host, Kathleen Cameron. And today we have the world famous Judy on here. So Judy, why don't you I'll step into this, girl.
right.
So why don't you tell everybody kind of where you were at before you know what? I don't even know kind of where you were at before you came into my energy. I just know what it's like now. I get these beautiful messages from you, ideas, comments, like just lovely. But why don't you let me know where you were when you found us?
Sure. So it's interesting. So I retired last July, 28 years with the local power company here in Nova Scotia, Canada. Married to a lineman who was there for 41 years, who's my hero. And anyway, oh, wait a minute. I have to put a plug in because I know I'm going to do this, but I have my own box of Diamond Academy Kleenex. That's a me and Janet thing.
Oh my God. It's yeah, it's so interesting because this journey, like, it's such a powerful journey.
Yeah.
But, like, do you know how many people have told me, Kathleen, you got to create Diamond Academy tissues? Like, you got to have a tissue line because, like, I have a box of tissues in my desk that I've got to bring out regularly. Yeah.
So I worked for the power company before COVID when we were still going into the office, and I was in a job that I wasn't really loving. and I can't remember how I found, oh, I must have read The Secret. I read The Secret. And then I found Bob Proctor on YouTube. So for about 7 years, I would listen to Bob while I was, doing my makeup in the morning. And my husband would come in from the shower and say, "Good morning, Bob." And my daughter would say, "Are you listening to Bob again?" And I'm like, "Yes." So and I know I messaged you already. I love Bob. So anyways, and then at the same time, I became friends with Shannon. Shannon and I were in a network marketing business together, and we were dance partners. She nicknamed me Boot Scoot and Judy.
Oh, that's so cute.
Anyway, so when she left that network marketing company and went to another one, I continued to follow her. And I said to her, I had this really strong feeling that she and I were going to cross paths again, not just because we lived in the same city, but in another way. And I didn't know what that was going to look like or what it was going to be. And then I started seeing her post about this information. And I think one of them must have been a Bob Proctor reference or something, because I grabbed it and I replied to her, and I had to write everything down so I wouldn't forget anything. But that was November of 2022. And so last November. And so she sent me the information for a 3-day free seminar called Reflection. So that was my first one. And then she also sent me a copy of your book. So I then attended the End in Mind Masterclass in late December, Attract in 2023 in January, and Manifestation Times Business in February.
Yeah.
So for me, I had retired. I did all this. I didn't have a business. Well, I had a dormant network marketing business where I was my best client. And so I was like, I just did it. I'm like going, part of me kept saying, but you don't have a business, but you don't have a business. And I was like, wow, whatever. And I just felt like something was going to come out of this. I didn't know what. However, during Manifestation in Business, and I think I shared this on one of the stories, but I wrote down, and I can't remember if you prompted us to say, or maybe I just did it myself. Like maybe I asked myself, what did I always want to do when I was a kid? And so I wrote down, I always felt I should write a book. I wrote down, I always wanted to be an artist. And from when I was a teenager in university and I had a summer job as a manager of a tourist bureau, I love my province and I always wanted to be in tourism. That was just yesterday in 1985. Some of you probably weren't even a thought then. So I wrote those 3 things down. And then I have a habit of saying to the universe, what am I going to write a book about or whatever? If I kind of do that, I'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
That afternoon, so we finished here on Saturday, the day 3 of Manifestation for Business. And I wrote that down and I said, well, I don't know what I'm going to write a book about. And a friend of mine who has a cottage, I live in cottage country permanently now, I retired here. And she messaged me, she goes, oh, hey, are you going to Ross Farm Museum today for the candle making demo? And I'm like, well, I wasn't going to. So I said, oh, sure. What the heck? She was also in the network marketing cup, same as Shannon and I had been. Anyway, so we're driving along, and she had helped me last year during Christmas Festival here in New Ross, the Christmas tree capital of the world. FYI, I'm wearing my Christmas blazer, Christmas nails. So I was telling her about the brainstorm session we'd had for Christmas Festival, and how the Christmas Tree Council had developed this beautiful YouTube video called Blue Button Nova Scotia, or Blue Button Balsam Fir. And so I was telling her about it, and it's about a little elf named Twig, and that he comes to Nova Scotia to look after the Christmas trees. And I was telling her about it, and she did not know that I had written down that I should write a book. Without missing a beat, she turned around, looked at me and said, you should write a book about Twig. And I went, oh, that's what I'm supposed to write about. So wow. I literally sat down in that day in one fell swoop. I wrote a children's story, and it's Twig's backstory on how he came to Nova Scotia to look after the Christmas trees.
Wow.
That was 3 months ago. I am now 4 weeks away from it going live and being published.
Oh, you got to tell us. You got to tell us when that comes out.
I will. And
okay.
Yeah, you go.
No, no,
'Cause I'm
no.
not
Go ahead. You keep going if you have more to tell us. I just love how, as you were saying that, somebody private messages me and says, each day I've been, hold on, it just went away. Each day I've been telling, I feel like I have a bigger purpose. How do I get to know or be guided to my purpose aligned to my present situation? So, like, it's just such a beautiful example about how you had an entire career that you completed, and then found this energy and found this place, and then now your purpose, your calling is coming through you in such a beautiful, it seems almost effortless way, if you know if you tell me that's how it is, but that's how it feels.
It has been. It was so freeing to leave my job, and I had the benefit of coming into a pseudo government pension, so I didn't have to worry about leaving my job and not having some other form of income. So that made it easier for me to just kind of be free. When you're in corporate for 20 some odd years, and forget about the jobs I even had before that, um, and you're not allowed to be yourself.
Yeah.
And so I moved out here. I was like, wow, I can finally be me. So I started volunteering, and actually now I am the chair of the Christmas festival. I took that on. It's their 30th anniversary this year.
Yes.
So that's awesome. And I'm doing a lot of volunteer work in my community. But the coolest thing about my book was I knew nothing about self-publishing. All I knew was that the publisher here in Nova Scotia, Nimbus, which many in Eastern Canada or most of Canada may know of, they only take submissions, unsolicited submissions, I don't even know, once a year. And I'm like, well, that's just not going to work because this has to be out for Christmas.
Yes.
So I looked around and I Googled self-publishing, and I found a company called Tellwell. And so I just like, okay, this feels good. I signed a contract for $3,000 and I didn't have the money. And I said, well, I'm going to get the Christmas Tree Council to pay for it because it's their character. So I didn't know how that was going to happen. And then out of the blue, I did send them my story and said, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but is it okay that I wrote a book about Twig? And they're like, oh yeah, we're 100% behind it, la, la, la. And so I'm like, Then one day my phone rang. Someone whose husband is on the board called me, and she said, oh, Judy, the president of the Christmas Tree Council of Nova Scotia would like to talk to you about your book. And I'm like, perfect, because I'm going to ask him for money. So I called him and told him that. He goes, well, I can't really make that decision because I'm on a board and blah, blah, blah. So he said, but we'd like to invite you to our next board meeting. And I said, done. He goes, well, you can come, you can Zoom. He goes, I know you're in New Ross, and it's most of the folks from New Ross will Zoom in. And I said, I will be there in person. So my husband drove me 2 hours for a 15-minute presentation. And I heard after I left, there were some of my friends were here in New Ross that are tree farmers and were on Zoom. Plus my friend's husband said that after I left, and they brought the conversation, came up to vote or decide what they were going to do. And it was 100% unanimous that no matter what, they were going to 100% support me. And it was either going to be the Christmas Tree Council or all of the tree farmers themselves wanted to sponsor me. So
my heart.
I know. And in the end, I get an email on the 29th of May from the publishing company saying the invoice was paid in full. And I got 6 sponsors, because what the Tree Council did was so many of the tree lot owners wanted to sponsor me and get recognition in my book, that I had 6 of them sponsor me. And most of them weren't even from this part of my province. They were from up near, if you know Nova Scotia, New Glasgow. I had 1 in New Germany, 1 here locally, and the rest were from New Glasgow and Antigonish. And I heard afterwards from, I saw someone write happy tears, stop it, you're going to make me cry, said that after I left, they had said how this video they created before COVID, they struggled on how to release it. Like, how did they want it? Like, how could they put it out there into the world, and how are they going to launch it? And the joke was, and then along comes Judy. So with Twig, Yeah. And he's also featuring in our Christmas festival. I'm getting one physically made for our Christmas festival. The Social Tour. Oh, I forgot. I'm on the Social Tourism Council now too. So I got my
Judy,
tourism dream. And this is all like not even, well, like 3 months for me was like a week and a half ago. It's
see,
just been unbelievable.
see how she's a legend?
Yeah. Right. I am the legend of Twig.
But like, look what you're doing for your community and for the whole thing. Like, you're elevating this entire thing, and you couldn't have done that until you stepped into a version of yourself that could, right? So why maybe explain to people why this journey is so emotional. Like, why do you and
Oh,
Janet have your Diamond Academy Kleenex
Kleenex.
boxes?
Oh, it's because when you start to say, oh, I'm having some contrast, it's just a little thing. And then all of a sudden someone digs, maybe Deborah. And I call her she's a gold miner because she
Hmm.
digs for
She is.
gold. She
She
gets
does.
that right down in here and pulls it out. And then you're like, oh, I didn't think it was that big a deal. And like you're blubbering. Anyway, and I read something today. Hang on. If you haven't, for anyone who hasn't got the book, The Untethered Soul,
Ooh, Michael Singer.
I love to do, and I think you did this, and that's where I learned it, Kathleen. Just open a book and you'll get
Yeah.
what you need. Pain, the price of freedom. Bam. Right? So it talks about not ignoring, not embracing those things that you're afraid of or that you don't like. You're afraid of getting hurt, or you're afraid of rejection, because then you're carrying them with you all the time.
Yeah.
So it's digging that stuff up, getting it out, and it is really freedom. It's freeing yourself. And for me, it's funny because my husband said, but Judy, you've always done this. You always get what you want. Things always turn out for you. They always work out. And nothing bad ever happens. And I say that because I've always landed on my feet when things that might not look so great happen.
Yeah.
My I have this lovely book that's been helpful to me.
Hmm.
And every day I write, I follow my heart and my intuition, and the path appears beneath my feet.
Ooh, I love that, Judy.
So that way,
Love it.
whatever comes along that feels good, like when I got a call 2 weeks ago after Shannon said, Judy, you said you're going to put New Ross on the map. I got a phone call saying, Judy, I got something really big to talk to you about for New Ross. It's really, really big. And it's something that's going to put New Ross on the map. And I went, what? And I was asked to participate in raising $500,000 for a much needed housing initiative here in New Ross so that seniors can age in place. And so the lady I'm doing it with is sort of on the periphery of this type of material. And she and I looked at each other and we're like, how much is it going to cost to put a shovel in the ground? And they said 5 million. And we looked at each other and said, then we are going to raise $5 million. So it's like, oh, it's so exciting.
Okay, she's really living up to this legend thing. Okay, Shannon has her hand up.
Oh,
And,
hi,
and
Shannon.
I know she's bursting. So we're gonna let Shannon come on here for a second. Do we have to unmute
Okay,
you?
like I'm like a proud mama over here, you guys. You don't even know. Like I can't stop. I'm like, and say this and do this. Like the cheer moms that are like doing the moves. I'm like, yes, go, Judy, because she has so much to give you. But I just want to preface this that when I first talked to Judy, she was like, I don't have a business. Why would I need this material?
Yeah.
And that's it. Look at the light. Look at the lives she's changing because she said she listened to that little nugget in her heart and her gut. It's blown right up. And she's blowing shit up. She's legendary. Like you guys all want to go to New Ross, Nova Scotia. Literally, it is.
I do. I want to meet Twig.
Big, but Judy's making it so big. And I just like people sit there and they go through their life and they're like, what do I have to offer? And Judy is just showing all of us the beauty of just going within and exploding her light out. And I just love it. Like, I'm so proud of you, friend. And like, I'm just so excited for you. Like, this is just beginning. And she got money back for the program from the book. She got paid to write that book. Like, tell that story. That's amazing.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
like oh no, you know what? I had to stop saying I can't believe it, because if you really truly believe something is going to be true and will happen, then it should never be a surprise,
I
right?
love that so much. And you know the other thing too is we had
Big
just
Shannon.
this just this past week, we had Kathy. I don't know if Kathy's on. Kathy went live in our we have a Facebook group that's our private coaching community. So it's every member of our Diamond Academy family. And Kathy went live, and like the title was, you don't have to be in business to take the millionaire program.
Yeah.
And you know, she's a police officer. And what this program has done for her in her career and her life and her consciousness and the way she sees herself and her relationships is so impactful. So yeah, we say that this stuff is good for business owners and entrepreneurs, but this material is for everyone, and it is a healing. So Judy, what is next for you?
Well, over
Well,
here,
good morning, America. We know that
Good Morning
already.
America, we have a twig journal, you see. So
Ooh.
a friend of mine who, I forgot to tell the part about that I went looking for an illustrator. And after 4 people said it wasn't going to work out, I also illustrated the book.
Well, I was going to say that when you said you had artist,
Yeah,
I was like, did you illustrate your own book?
I did. I was having a little contrast with that, but the girls got me through it. It so pushed me so far outside my comfort zone. I've written before. Have I painted before? I had 2 art classes on how to do acrylic painting, and then I painted 20 freaking pictures, by the way, with you inside my ears, listening to replays from Tuesday and Wednesday. I couldn't do music. I had to listen to you. And the first one was attachment and letting go. And I was like, oh yeah, if I muck it up, I'm just going to repaint it. And that I literally had a block for like 4 weeks until that moment. And that's when I was like, I'm just going to do it. And it is what it is. And there were a couple I did repaint when I saw the inside draft come back. No big deal, right? It was easy.
Just
right?
do it again.
So what's next? A friend of mine who was an artist that I'd originally approached, she was the first person I kind of shared the book with. I read it to her on our walk through Ross Farm Museum. Excuse me. And she said, if you change the title and had the word adventure in it somewhere, it would be more appealing to children. Hang on, the legend. It's getting all choked up. And I said, well, that's a great idea. So I just simplified it. So it's Twig's Christmas Adventure. But as soon as I did that, man, the floodgates opened to every other adventure he can have. So,
yeah,
right. So I started off, we're having a little bit of a tourism slant. So he's going for a tour on the Blue Nose, and he's going to have an adventure on the Blue Nose, which is anyone who knows about the famous Blue Nose. It's a sailing ship here in Nova Scotia that, I don't know, won a race back in the 1920s or something, but it's on our money. And then I have actually booked whale watching in Briar Island. So my husband and I are going out there and we're going whale watching. And when I booked it, I said, oh, by the way, she goes, do you have any questions? I'm like, no, but I should let you know, I'm a children's author and I'm going to be writing a book about the adventures going whale watching. And she's like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh my gosh, get her to pay for your whale watching.
Right?
Yes.
And then, so then I was like, oh, everyone kept saying, you should, what about this? What about this? Well, for those of you who don't know, in 1917, 2 ships collided in the Halifax Harbor. And it was called the Great Halifax Explosion. So it was just at the tail end of World War II, I think. I don't know. I wasn't alive. And in return for help that Boston sent to Nova Scotia, every year, Nova Scotia harvests a massive, massive Christmas tree and sends it to Boston. And it is a big celebration, and it is lit in the Boston Common the first Thursday of every December. So guess where I'm going this year?
Wow.
I'm going to write a story about Twig's adventure going to Boston to see the Nova Scotia tree being lit.
Oh my gosh. Wow, Judy.
I know. It's like just keeps coming. And I'm like going, I'm not set. I'm like, I don't want to hit any upper limit. And you guys, we've been talking about that on different sessions. I'm like going, I just yanked that right out of my way.
No, no. The upper limits are only going to be things that are going to impact you if you believe that they will, truly.
Yeah.
So, and it's
Yeah.
recognizing when you get to that point, like you said, I had a little bit of a block, for a
Yep.
few weeks there,
Yeah.
moving past it and forward. I think it's so powerful, and what I think so beautiful, and Shan, I'm gonna call you out a little bit here because the synergy in this whole conversation has been so interesting because Shannon, it took her 2 years to take the millionaire program with me. And she kept coming back to me and she kept coming back to me. And I could tell she wasn't happy and she wanted to be happy. And she saw me happy. And it was like, Kathleen, like, I know that you're part of my pathness towards the realization of happy, but I'm going to fight you every step of the way because I don't think I'm good enough and I don't think I'm worthy and all these things. And finally, when she decided to invest in herself and sign up for Millionaire, it was an instant shift like this. It was an instant happiness. And I mean, you guys see who she is right now. And she struggled for 2 years to choose to be her. And now, for Shannon to be on here and seeing how she's impacted Judy in this way is really, really full circle because you cannot help other people until you choose to help yourself first. So there's people that have been on here that you've been watching for a long time. You have. And you've been saying no. And you've been, kind of, I always say people always come on and they're like, they extend their hand. I extend my hand. They're like, I want help. And I extend my hand and then they slap it away. And it's not about me. It's about them and not choosing them. So Judy, what would you say to somebody who's like listening, who wants what you have? What would you tell them?
Honestly, listen, if it feels right, then just go for it. You don't have to know. Still don't know what, and there's no real end, but I don't know what the future is going to hold. All I know is I've always felt like there was something more. Like you said that earlier. I've always felt like I was meant to leave a mark somewhere, right? And I know you said the other day about people standing in line to meet you, and I'm going, oh, damn, I've had that picture. I've had that vision in my head. I don't know what it's from. I don't know when it's going to be, and I don't know what I did to do it, to get there. But I'm just going to keep following this path as it appears beneath my feet. And honest to God, like I said no. I said no. I said to Shannon, I'm like, oh, maybe in the fall. I kind of want to take the summer off.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sorry. Like in January, I'm going to be 60 years old. There's no good time, bad time. Like just do it. You're never too young. You're never too old.
Yeah.
To start something brand new. And if you don't have a business, do it anyway, because you don't know what's going to come out of this. Like you just don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And Janet, which I'm not sure. I think Janet is there. Is she there? Where is she?
Hamilton, she's in that group,
yes,
I think.
she's. Yeah. I think she is. I think she's in person with them. Yeah, Janet said something to me when I met her in Ontario when they did the millionaire retreat. Janet said that whenever we open up enrollment and we have people sign up for the millionaire program, that she gets really emotional for them. And I was like, ooh, okay, so what's that about? What's that about, Janet? And she said she knows what's about to happen for them. And so, it's empathy. She's sitting there like waiting for them to experience what she's just experienced. And it's so emotional to feel that energy. And so I will just say that that's how all of us sit here now on the other side, is that we sit here feeling this way and understanding this information and being in these beautiful states where we feel so inspired, empowered, free, limitless. And we go, how did I never feel that way before?
I know.
Judy, I think you are amazing, and you have been such a beautiful part of our energy, and we're so glad to have you as part of our family. And yeah, I'm trying not to cry here, you guys. Like every single time I do these interviews now, I'm like always crying. It's so powerful and so beautiful. So thank you for sharing your light with all of us, Judy, today. And I'm so glad you chose you. And now you're going to take this twig thing and you're going to put Nova Scotia like on the worldwide map. I just see it. I really, really see it. So you're a legend, my friend.
Oh, wait for it. I got it. To quote Bernie from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
I am legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
Okay. Legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Legendary.
Yeah,
Love it.
You have to watch How I Met Your Mother. It's
Legend.
funnier.
No, I love it. I think it's fantastic. Thank you, Judy.
Thank
You're
you.
so amazing. I appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, wowzers. I'm always after I get off these events, after these interviews, I'm always left kind of speechless because I know how much this material helps and I know how much power there is in the programs that I've created. But it still touches me so much every single time people share their shifts. You know, Millionaire was something that it came through me in such a powerful way. And I didn't launch it right away. I sat on it. And now I just think about all of the people that this program has helped and all of the ways that people are transformed through it. And I think to myself, like, how could I have ever not sold it right away? How could I have ever sat on it? You know, it's just so powerful. Anyways, so what do you have inside of you that you aren't launching? What do you have inside of you that you aren't stepping into? What part of you are you not fully expressing? And, you know, these examples, we are all everyday women and men that are choosing to see their greatness, to step into a version of themselves that does things for others. And you've got to choose yourself first. So, you know, what we've decided to do today, and this is going to be a quick turnaround for this enrollment, you guys, we have a lot of stuff that we're launching. But we're going to open up Millionaire program and Modern Mentor program for, I think, only about a week. And the enrollment now is a powerful, powerful time to enroll. It really is. Some people choose to take the summers off, start things in September. But when you are making a difference for your community like Judy is in Nova Scotia, when you are making a difference in this world like I am through this material, when you are somebody that is helping people move into their homes, you know, real estate agent helping people move into their homes in September, you don't take that summer off. You help people find their home to move in until September. So I would say that if you want to live an extraordinary life and you want to step into your greatness, you don't take the summer off. I don't take anything off. I am not here to just serve myself. I am here in the service and leadership of others. And so now is actually a time for me to decide that I'm willing to help more people. And so I really, really want to help those that really, really want to be helped and want to grow. I said something the other day, I didn't realize I said it, and so many of you resonated with it. I said, I don't want to know the difference between Monday and Sunday. And I don't. I want to live an extraordinary life. And so I don't take a day off from that. I take a step towards it every single day and every single moment. So we've opened up Millionaire enrollment. We've opened up Modern Mentor enrollment. Millionaire is a healing journey. It's a transformative journey, and it's for any and everyone, men and women. So there's a lot of women here on these calls. But let me tell you, if you want to tap into your feminine energy and you are a man, this is the way to do it. And I don't mean male versus female. I mean masculine and feminine energetics. The womb of creation is the subconscious mind. That's the feminine energy. Manifestation is all about emotions. The law of attraction is emotion. Emotion is the word we use to describe vibration. I feel sad describes your vibration. I feel happy describes your vibration. So a man who gets in tune with his emotions and steps into the feminine, ooh, powerful, very powerful. So this is truly a time for you to step into what's available. Modern Mentor is specifically for leaders and mentors in the digital space. So we're going to talk about online business. We are going to talk about manifestation principles. We're going to talk about the art of expansion. We're going to talk about business planning and self-image clinic. Like Modern Mentor is specifically for coaches, consultants, and leaders. Millionaire, any and everyone. If you're new to this material and you are a coach, and maybe you're a business coach or a health coach or something like that, I would maybe consider starting with Millionaire so that you could really, really accentuate who you are. How do I schedule a call? So our team is here to support you to take the right program that's for you. If you already know what you want to take and you know that you're ready and willing and you know you want to take Millionaire, you know you want to take Modern Mentor, go in and do that. But if you're somebody that's like, I'm not quite sure which one is for me or where I want to start, just chat with your member of my team. They're here to support you to make the right decision in which course and program is for you. There's a form that you can fill out, but Yana, we will find out who you are assigned to. Just send us in your email, please. What we do when you guys all register is that we make sure that all of you are assigned to somebody so that if you have questions, they know exactly how to connect with you. So we have that all set up. So you can also just put me in the comments if you don't know who your coach is here. They're called Success Advisors, my team, Success Advisors. So you can fill out that form. Cindy, you're so sweet. Cindy just messaged me privately, and I don't know if you did that on purpose, in all caps, saying that I saved her life. You saved your own life, Cindy. You chose you. And I know in the moments when you felt like you weren't worth it, that you couldn't see the light, you were in the darkness, you found your way out. You found your way out. I'm so grateful for all of you. I really am. This is a beautiful journey. It is. Just stay with me. Stay with me. I am committed to this for the rest of my life, and I'm committed to everybody's growth, and I'm committed to being alongside everybody and supporting you no matter what, even when you tell me that you're mad at me, even when you tell me that I've done something wrong, even when you tell me you're leaving. I'm still here holding space. I'm still here seeing the version of you that I know is in there. I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm not going to turn on you. I am here to support you and to help you. And I see the end result for every single one of you. I see the version of you that is empowered and inspired and happy and excited and grateful and loving. I see the version of you that is limitless. I've always said since the very beginning of this, if you don't have the belief in yourself, take my belief and put it onto you. I will hold the belief in you until you hold the belief in yourself. So take that little bit of light that you see, that little glimmer of hope that's left, that one part of you that says I'm worthy, and just grab onto it. And if you're not ready to enroll into a course or a program and invest in yourself right now, at least get on a phone call with my team. Let them help you. Create a plan of how we can support you. There are people that it's been a year that they've been chatting with my team, and we help them to get to a place where they can invest in themselves. So we're really, really here to support you and to help you no matter what. And I do believe that everybody has the ability to be in a course or a program with us. I absolutely do. We invest in things every single day that won't change you like this will. We invest in things that will not change the course of your life like we will. We buy cars, we buy cell phones, we buy purses. Now I go buy all those things and they make me more money, but because I have a certain consciousness now. But I had to develop that in myself. I had to see it for myself. I had to see myself as worthy. So fill out that form, get on a call with somebody on our team, or put me in the comments and we'll get somebody set up to you. If you could just reply to the me so that they know it's you, that would be really, really helpful. So Millionaire and Modern Mentor, we're opening enrollment. Now, there's a special little thing happening that is included this time that hasn't been included before. So what's going to be happening in the near future here in the next couple of weeks is that I'm going to be launching a course of mine that I haven't launched in some time, and I haven't taught it in a very long time, and I'm going to be teaching it live. So I have a course called The Self, and it's a 3-week program. It will be taught live, and it will be going for sale probably, I can't remember the day, but soon. So anybody that enrolls in Modern Mentor or Millionaire during this enrollment period, during this next week, will get the Self Live included. So it's going to be a powerful combination of the two courses and programs. So we've added it as a bonus right now so that you'll get Millionaire or Modern Mentor, you will get the Self Live. So the Self is something that you can buy on replay. So you can buy the replay of it, but this one's going to be taught live. So it's going to actually be in my live energy. So it's going to be really, 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 really powerful. So this is a big bonus right now. If we're already in the Self, do we have access to the live Self? So you can purchase the Self Live. So talk to whoever your team member is, and we'll be able to get you on the Self Live. Before I took the Self, I never ever appeared on camera. Look at my camera on now. Maura, hey, have you been on live talking on one of these things yet, Maura? Huh. So maybe the uncomfortable thing that we're going to do right now, Maura, is we're going to book you on for the next one. Where are you? I can't see your face. I want to find you. Okay, how do you feel about that, Maura? You need to come on and talk? Yeah. No, next one. Yeah. Okay, we're booking it now. Okay, Maura's next time. Well, now you guys are all going to have to come on and hear from her because she is a powerhouse. Such a powerhouse. Oh, I love our family so much, so much. Okay, so questions about Modern Mentor or Millionaire. We've got about 20 minutes. We can talk about it before we do the guided visualization. So please, in the comments, let me know which program you are considering or interested in or want more information. And then when you tell me which one, that'll tell me which one to give more time to. Okay, so we've got a Millionaire here in the chat, Millionaire or Modern Mentor, or you could put both. If you want to put both, that's fine too. Ramona, Millionaire. Okay, good. Alicia, Millionaire. Okay, beautiful. Prices. Okay, so yep, I'll talk about that. First Millionaire and then Modern Mentor. So one of the things that's really, really powerful with any of my programs is that we have an embodiment model. So both Millionaire and Modern Mentor really talk about embodiment. And so how I've done this embodiment model is that our programs consist of 3 parts. And the 3 parts come together to create an immersive experience over 6 months. I do not believe that it is feasible. Actually, I do think it's possible, but I would rather really, really solidify the power behind a permanent change versus temporary. So for you to permanently reprogram the subconscious mind, 6 months for me is really, really important to do that. So you're in our energy for 6 months consistently. We're reprogramming the subconscious mind so that when you leave our energy, you don't go back to the old you. You don't message me 6 months later and you're like, or 3 months later and you're like, I need you. You know, I'm all in fear again and I'm losing it and I'm anxious and I'm not taking action. I want you to come out of it self-mentored. So Millionaire and Modern Mentor are both 6-month programs. They both have evergreen course included. So what that means is that there is a full course and program that you get lifetime access to when you've purchased either of the programs. So you can go through it as many times as you want. You can rewatch it. I know Trayshawn watches Modern Mentor like crazy, and absolutely loves watching the replays and learns more every single time. So you get the course and both have a full workbook. You also get the physical workbook sent out to you. That's the first component, is the actual course in the program. The second component is my live teachings. And so my live teachings go above and beyond what is in the course and the program. It helps you to expand on your awareness related to that. But then I also do Q&A. The other piece, the third part that is so incredibly powerful, is the embodiment and the community. So within this community, you are surrounded by other people that are excelling and growing and stepping into this material. So many times we get the question, well, what about my family? They're so negative. And what about, I don't have a support system. And what about this person? And I'm so influenced by others. Well, you just don't have the proximity of people around you to help you stay elevated. Look at Sarah and all those beautiful women together. They put each other in each other's energy on purpose because they know that they elevate one another. They're not going to go hang out with their negative Nelly friends that are like, you can't do that. Why would you try that? No, they're going to be around each other like, yeah, Dell, you're a supermodel. Because she is. So this is huge. And the embodiment is powerful because my team runs embodiment sessions. So in Modern Mentor, it's Deb Lays. She runs embodiment sessions with every Modern Mentor student. And these are community sessions where you embody the material. It's so, so important. And then also in Millionaire, we actually have multiple embodiment sessions run most days of the week. And the reason that we do that is so that you have an opportunity to come on and talk about your specific scenarios, to be able to see your specific thoughts and feelings and actions and how they align. And so my team runs these embodiment sessions, which are incredibly, incredibly powerful. Your YouTube videos have been helping me. I really would love to be a part of this magic. Stephanie, then become a part of our magic. We know it's possible for you, so let's make it happen. But whenever we say we can't do something, or it's too much, or I can't, it's not possible, blah, 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 we're cutting the cord. We're saying no. And so how can you stay in the energy of, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm in Millionaire. I'm so happy and grateful I'm a member of the Diamond Academy family. I'm so happy and grateful that I invest in myself regularly with ease. You know, whatever the affirmation is, but I believe whatever you want will happen. It's inevitable. So I don't know if you've chatted with somebody on my team, Stephanie, but I would absolutely have a conversation with them. The other thing that's really, really powerful too, I would really love to be a part of this magic. See how light that felt? How easy that felt? There's no pressure to say, you know what, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. And so then the universe is like, oh, she would love that. She would like more of that. You know, and it moves the energy in a different way. So I always say, you know, what would you love? And so if you would love to stay in our energy, if you'd love to be a part of this, if you would love to learn from us, then just put, I'd love that. I'd love to. I'd love to. Put that in the chat. I'd love to. I'm just helping you to pull out the intuitive nudge, to pull out what's within you that's saying, I would love to. It doesn't mean you have to, but you would love to. And so the universe always responds to what you would love. So just think about the stories that I've told you. Look at Judy. She just wrote down, write a book. Yeah, I'd love to write a book. I'd love to be an artist. Do some no tourism. And look how it's unfolding for her in such powerful ways. And like investing in the Millionaire program, getting the money back without knowing how that was going to happen. Spending the money to do her book, and now they're paying for the book. She didn't know that. When she invested the $3,000 to launch her book, she didn't know she was going to get that back. She did it anyway. Yeah, so just I would love to. I would love to. And move it into the physical form. Listen, I've invested, you know, the biggest investment I ever made in myself was over $300,000. That was uncomfortable, guys. That was uncomfortable. Who do I think I am that I'm worth $300,000 to invest in me? Who do I think I am? That's what kept coming up. But I kept sticking to the, I'd love to. I'd love to be a woman who invests $300,000 in herself. I'd love to be a woman who believes in herself that much. I would love that. And so I stayed true to that. But when the moment came where it was time to invest, that's where the growth happened. Yeah, I'm worth it. I really am. And now I look back and I'm like, why did I make that so hard? Because I just didn't know. I just didn't know how easy I could let it be. Kathleen, to the question, who am I? You should have answered a fucking legend. I'm going to be like Judy today. How about that? I'm going to be a legend like Judy. Yeah. How much more good am I willing to allow in? How much easier am I going to let this be? Yeah. You know, we already had somebody sign up for Millionaire this morning. So like, how easy are you going to let this be? What would you love? Your life will be completely changed. Let me tell you that. So specifics about what the lessons are, the times of the calls, what's included, yada, yada, yada. Talk to my team about that. Your intellectual mind will want to know all those details, but you already know what you want to do, and you already know what you're feeling called to. That's already within you. So it's just about making that decision for yourself, but my team can absolutely support you in that. The Millionaire Program is one of our lower investment programs. And when I say it's lower, it depends on what you see as high and low. But remember, I just invested 300,000 in myself. The Millionaire Program is only 10,000 USD when you pay in full for 6 months. And it is absolutely life-changing. The Modern Mentor Program is 15,000 USD. Only 5,000 more for the Modern Mentor Program, which is specifically for coaches, leaders, and mentors, where people are doubling and tripling their business. So, do you believe that $10,000 is worth you becoming the best of yourself? Do you believe that $10,000 will be made back over the course of your lifetime for this investment? Absolutely. You can have that $10,000 pay you back within 30 days. Absolutely. So that's what I always say. When you're investing in yourself, how quickly do you think that you will be paid back the investment? That's the question. How quickly will I be paid back the investment? As quick as you desire it. When I buy a car, I ask, do I like this and will it get me from point A to point B? I don't ask, is it going to pay me back? Right? But we're so willing to spend 10K on a car easily. Some of you might actually spend 60, 70K on a car, but 10,000 on your own personal growth and development, you won't do it. What's going on there? What is going on there? Why is it like that? How can we help you work through that? I would so easily sign up for a master's degree. It was $20,000. Why did I get that master's degree? Because I was going to make another 25 cents an hour. 25 cents an hour for $20,000 to have a master's degree. I spent 8,000 on myself and I made 20 something million. 25 cents an hour, millions of dollars. I don't know. Big difference. I am trying to sell a car to get into the Millionaire Program. Brilliant, Lori. Brilliant. Seriously, that's how much I believe in this. Yeah, go sell your car. Because your car is taking you from point A to point B. But you take yourself to point A to point B. And so the point A is where you are right now, and point B is that elevated version of you. So just, get into our energy, get into our course, and go get your tissues. And then let's grow. Okay, I just want to read what Jen put in the chat here. Jen Perman, your greatest investment lies within yourself. Nurture your mind, feed your curiosity, and fuel your passions. For the returns you receive from investing in your own growth and development are infinite, and they will pave the path to a life of abundance and fulfillment. So beautiful. And I was at this LA Style Gala, I said it yesterday. Every single one of them was talking about their coaches. They were talking about their mentors, the programs that they've taken. They were talking about how they invest in themselves first before they invest in their businesses. I was sitting there going this is the secret sauce. Nobody talks about this. They really don't. We just got to talk about it more. It's so important. So you are now open to enroll. So Millionaire or Modern Mentor. We will close enrollment. If the team can just say which day we're closing enrollment, because I honestly can't remember, that would be super helpful. So the day that we're closing enrollment, and then we will open enrollment for the self live after that. But remember, you'll get the self with Millionaire and Modern Mentor. So I would rather that you make that decision and then get the other one included. That's going to be your best value, and that's going to be your biggest investment in you. Let's do a guided visualization, please. Now, what I would love for you to do is to sit comfortably in your chair, please. Jen, I'm going to do the guided visualization. I know Jen is back, but I've already got it set up, so we'll just do the one that I have, Jen, so you don't have to do anything. So sit comfortably in your chair, turn your cameras off, please. And I want you to allow yourself to see the legend version of yourself, okay? So look at how Judy showed up here. Good morning, America. Her mug, like all those things. I want you to really, really step into that version of you. And then this is about 5 minutes, I think, and then we will come back and we will listen to a song together as we leave, okay? Let me just get my audio going here. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera off too. Okay, let me just find this. Okay, here we go. I'd like you to sit comfortably in your chair. No arms or legs crossed. Hands on your lap, palms facing up in receiving mode. And I want you to focus on your breaths. Take a deep breath in and release all tension on the exhale. Focus on those deep breaths and release. I want you to go to the place with your goals achieved. You have everything you've ever wanted. You've achieved all the success you've ever dreamt of. This is your perfect life. As you're in this vision, I want you to pay attention to who you're with, where you are, the things that you have, what you're celebrating. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the breeze from the wind, and the sound of joy all around you. Now I want you to find a mirror on the wall. It may be a reflection in the ocean, but I want you to look at yourself in that mirror, head to toe. This is the healthiest you have ever been. The happiest you've ever been, and the wealthiest that you have ever been. I want you to notice the expression on your face the smile, the joy, the pride in achieving everything you set out to do. Stay in the feeling of having achieved success. This is your point of attraction. Start to bring yourself back. Open your eyes and stay in this vibration all day today. Okay, bring yourself back. Let me just make sure this music is going to keep playing. I think I'm good. Okay, so congratulations to everybody that is going to be joining us and becoming a part of the Diamond Academy family, whether that's through Millionaire, Modern Mentor, or the Self Live. I really, really hope that each and every one of you decides to continue this journey with us. This is what we do best. We really, really help people to transform over the long run, and we take a lot of pride in what we do and the way that we do it. So I trust that you will be in good hands with us without a shadow of a doubt. So anyways, congratulations. I honor you all so much for spending these 3 days with me. It has been so beautiful. We're shifting gears here and moving towards the launch of this book. And I'm really excited for us to make a difference in people's lives in an entirely new way.